Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my detailed review of the Schroth Quick Fit Pro harness, available in your choice of either black or red, fitting all 2005 and newer Mustangs. You should be checking out the Schroth Quick Fit Pro harness if you're serious about the safety in your daily driven or weekend warrior Mustang and subject it to a good amount of track duty. When I say track duty in this case, guys, I'm more talking about the road course stuff or SCCA type racing as opposed to all-out drag racing. Now, those drag racers might want to entertain the idea of a 5 or 6 point harness depending on the rules in your respective class. Taking safety even further here, guys, the Schroth Quick Fit Pro is actually the first 4-point harness of its kind that can be used with a Hans device along with the factory seats. If you weren't aware, Hans stands for Head and Neck Support Device and is something used in a wide variety of motorsports just to prevent any head or neck injuries in the event of a crash. So again, if you really push the car hard on the track, this is a great option for you guys if you want to make safety a top priority. Now, Schroth has been one of the leaders in aftermarket restraints and harnesses ever since the early 90s, and besides the work they do in the automotive field, also supply stuff for airplanes and helicopters, along with ballistic seating and restraints for the military. So essentially, these guys know what they're doing and they're trusted by a lot of people. All right, guys, so the Quick Fit Pro is the next generation of Schroth's very popular Quick Fit series. This design is very popular because it's going to integrate into your existing Mustang safety features without the need for anything else. So you don't need an additional harness bar, you don't need a roll cage to use this thing. Basically, it just plugs in or utilizes the factory mounting points of your Mustang seatbelt. And again, I think that's what's going to make this very popular to a lot of you guys at home. Here's my one and only nitpick with this mounting system. Now, ideally, you'd like to have the shoulder harness between 0 and 20 degrees downward of the shoulder on a horizontal plane. Usually using a harness bar or a lateral bar of a roll cage would be the best way to help you achieve this. Using Schroth's method for the shoulder harness, you're actually approaching the angle of 45 degrees, which is acceptable, but not necessarily ideal in my eyes. Again, you never really just want to mount the shoulder harness directly behind the seat to the floor because that could cause an injury in the event of a crash. Shoulder mounting aside, I really do enjoy how the Schroth integrates into the factory seatbelt and restraint system, and here's why. For starters, it's going to silence that seatbelt warning chime that you might otherwise hear if you left the seatbelt unplugged, for instance, or maybe if you went with a different harness option instead. The Schroth is also going to utilize the factory pre-tensioner system for the lap belt portion, which is pretty cool because in the factory system, there's actually a little pyrotechnic device that will ignite in the event of an accident, and that's what tightens up your lap belt in a hurry. And the fact that the Schroth is going to reuse that is actually very cool. Sticking with the lap belt portion, guys, the Schroth harness actually incorporates what they call ASM technology or anti-submarining technology. And that's basically going to help prevent you from sliding or submarining underneath the lap belt portion here in the event of a collision. Now, this might be a concern for some of you guys out there going with a 4-point over a 5 or 6-point harness that typically has a belt or belts that come up between the legs, preventing the submarining motion from even occurring. All right, guys, let's get into the harness here because there are a few things to talk about. First and foremost, Schroth does offer the Quick Fit Pro in both red or black. You can see we have the red here on the table. It does feature 2-inch wide polyester webbing, and that's going to be a little bit better than the nylon material when it comes to converting the energy of a crash or soaking up the energy itself. The Schroth also features a monofilament that's woven laterally into the harness itself, and they say that's going to help better spread the load of the impact over the entire harness. At the mid-$300 price point, the Schroth Quick Fit Pro is definitely going to be one of your more premium harness options available here at AmericanMuscle.com. It's going to cost you about $100 more than the standard Quick Fit, but keep in mind, guys, this is the only 4-point option currently available that can be used with that Hans device along with your factory seating, and you're also getting the convenient mounting locations. As I just mentioned, guys, one of the benefits going with the Schroth Quick Fit Pro here is that you don't need any extras when getting it installed into your Mustang. No harness bar, no roll cage, no race seats, no modification, and best of all, no drilling. Instead, this thing does mount fully into your ride using the existing factory seatbelt locations. You will need some basic hand tools to remove some of the factory seatbelt stuff, replace it with the Schroth stuff here, but overall, a very simple install. 1 out of 3 wrenches on my overall difficulty meter. We call it an hour on the site, but I wouldn't be surprised if it takes you less than that. I feel like the Schroth Quick Fit Pro will be a solid option for many Mustang owners out there for the simple reasons that it's easy to install, you don't need anything extra to get it installed, and best of all, it's going to provide some extra safety in your street-driven or track Mustang, more so if you take advantage of the Hans support. Now, it's tough to put a price on safety. Some people might have a slight issue with the $300 to $400 price tag, but overall, you're getting a solid, well-engineered product that's going to offer you some things other options will not. So be sure to check out a Schroth option for your ride right here at AmericanMuscle.com.